This is the most devoted girl in the world. Because of a single verbal promise from her beloved, she spent her whole life waiting under a maple tree. Yet as the seasons turned, the maple leaves reddened and fell and reddened again, and still the man never appeared. Hundreds of years passed in the blink of an eye, and because of her intense longing for her lover, after death she became a spirit bound to the maple tree. To others, it might seem the girl's waiting was destined to be in vain, that the man had merely played with her feelings. But one day, when the girl looked back, she suddenly realized the man had long ago fulfilled his promise to her in his own way. By chance, Mike passed by this place and noticed this maple tree was unusually vibrant. Strangely, while all the other trees had long withered, this one alone was still in bloom. Mary felt something must be hidden beneath the tree. Otherwise, why would there be a maple tree out of season? Then a girl appeared and said this maple tree always had leaves, unaffected by the seasons. The girl's name was Laura. She had arranged to meet someone very important here, but that person never showed up. Deep down, Laura already understood the one she was waiting for might never come, but she couldn't bring herself to accept it, so she kept waiting here, clinging to hope. Because she couldn't leave the maple tree, she could only ask Mike for help. She wanted to see the man one last time, so that perhaps she could finally let go. Mike didn't want to get involved at first, but seeing Laura's pitiful state, he eventually agreed to help her find the man. Yet when Mary asked about the man, Laura realized the long passage of time had washed away the memory of her lover's face. Fortunately, she had painted a portrait of him centuries ago, which could serve as a reference for Mike. So, to help her search for her beloved, Mike sought out the mountain god of this area. After paying a considerable price, they succeeded in getting an answer from the mountain god. But they couldn't feel happy about it, because the man Laura was waiting for had died many years earlier. There was no point in her waiting any longer, yet she herself didn't know, so she kept guarding the spot they had promised to meet. And because her attachment was so deep, after death she didn't reincarnate like ordinary people but instead became a spirit waiting sorrowfully under the tree. The mountain god had also tried to help Laura move on to the next life, but every attempt failed. With no other choice, Mike told her the truth. He informed Laura that the man had died long ago. Even though she had already suspected it, learning the truth shattered Laura. She stood there and burst into loud sobs. She thought she could finally give up, but the falling tears said everything. She still couldn't forget that man. The Tanuki traveling with Mike could not bear to see her cry any longer, so he decided to call the underworld. He intended to summon the man's soul for Laura. Yet when the call connected, they received unexpected news. It turned out the man had already reincarnated according to his own will. Mike told Laura she no longer needed to wait for anyone. Hearing this, Laura was heartbroken, her whole body trembling. But then Mike added that the man had actually come here long ago, because when he reincarnated, he chose to become a maple tree. Laura's heart shook. She immediately turned to look at the maple tree behind her, and memories of the man's promise rushed back. He really had kept his promise, only in a special way. Laura instantly understood why this tree had leaves in every season. It was the man blooming for her, telling her he had returned. And with that truth, Laura was finally able to let go.